I brought in my Lagos office a 17-year-old boy. I was sharing also with them, who is studying history, 200 level. He's not doing anything science. The guy sat in my office in Lagos and demonstrated some things to me on my laptop. He asked for my account, my number. He knows my number. I gave him my number. Through my number, I got my BVN. He said, "Okay, he now mentioned the name of my account number to me and the bank." I didn't tell him anything. Yes. 17-year-old boy, 200 level student, studying history and anthropology. Now, that's not even the issue. The problem is, I see crime in that. I also see opportunities in it. So if you leave these guys, if we don't make them know that this thing they are doing is wrong, if you leave them, they will continue to see that thing as a culture, as a way of life to make money. If I don't investigate them, if I don't prosecute them, now what we do, we plead for light sentences for them. Because it's also going to be wrong for us to close our eyes. We plead for light sentences. Why? So that we can reorientate them. And that's part of the things we're doing. What joy will I derive in sending a 19-year-old boy to jail? You have destroyed his future, you have destroyed his career. Most time they give them options of fine and all of that after conviction. So we bring them back, we lecture them, we talk to them. This particular boy, when he was done, I said, look, Oga, I can make 10 million now. He said, I will demonstrate to you, I will move money from your account to my account now. I said, no, don't that in my office. Don't let them trace that to this place, don't. And he was actually ready to do it. In fact, when he opened the system and he was like, I didn't give him the key to my laptop. And he had access. He forgot that he was even in my office. He forgot I was around him. He was just, he got lost in that art. And I said, okay, now, why do you do this? Why? You know what he told me? He says both parents are farmers. They couldn't go to farm because of insecurity. He has two younger ones, one in GS2 and one in SS2. He's the one feeding his parents. He's the one responsible for the payment of the tuition of his younger ones. So what do we do? In as much as I want to do my job, like I said, I saw a big gate in that guy. I said, okay, from today, if you are able to get out of this, we will do our work. And whatever happens, I will certainly take up the responsibility of your schooling. Told my family, we are going to do that. I spoke to one of my friends who is also ready to help to take up the schooling of the SSS2 guy. So I'm still looking for someone who will take up the one for the GS2. Maybe Sakuna will help me do that. So these are the challenges we are facing. So for people to just sit down out there and begin to condemn EFCC, they don't even have an iota of what we're doing. You don't even understand the enormity of the problems. You don't. Now we are coming up with what we call the Cybercrime Research Center as part of the project in our new academy, where we'll bring some of these boys during vacation, the way they are capturing them, the way we have 419 training school. We're also going to come up with a hub that will help us to channel those skills. You can imagine somebody who never studied science. Imagine his proficiency in handling systems, hacking websites. Now, assuming that guy that skills is channeled towards positive things, you can imagine the contribution he will make towards the economic development. So those are things we're doing. Those are the innovations we are bringing into this work. You can be a victim. Your brother is coming from America, wants to start a business, and one 17-year-old boy just sat down somewhere in Mushin or Pape, and just swipe off the entire capital. The following day, the person will run back to where it's coming from. It doesn't happen anywhere. It doesn't happen anywhere. It comes through hard work. Commitment to hard work. If that is the only lesson I'm able to pass across to them, by the work of, by virtue of what we're doing, I'm okay. I'm okay. Now, why Nigeria's yearly loss to internet fraud amounted to over $500 million in 1 year? in 1 year to internet fraud. According to, this is not even my report, this is report of Nigeria Communications Company, NCC. I mean Communications Commission, NCC. Now for context, what we call the BEC, the Business Email Compromise scam, as a category of cybercrime, is a prominent nuisance as it accounts for 40% of all cybercrimes losses across the world, and is one of the top 4 major cybercrime threats. Do you know now all over the world that cybercrime is the 3rd largest GDP, attracts the 3rd largest GDP in the world? Go and do your research. Attracts as much as $14 trillion, the 3rd largest GDP. After US, China, is cybercrime. And you want us to sit down here and close our eyes to that? According to the FBI report, between 2018 and 2021, over $43 billion was lost in BECs globally. And according to the email security website, Africa accounts for 60% of all the BEDs actors, not victims, people perpetrating this act. Africa accounts for 60%. And of all the BED actors in the regional distribution level, while Nigeria accounts for approximately 50% of all the BECs actors globally. 60% for Africa. Out of that 60%, Nigeria has taken 50%, the remaining 10 shared among several countries. And you think we should close our eyes to that? This is just a bit of what we have discovered. This is just a bit of what we are facing. I've known people have come here weeping. They went to borrow money and they started businesses. And some of these guys penetrated their platform and they destroyed their business. And they had to fold up with debt overnight. Nigerians. Alhaji, if anyone has fallen victim of this Yahoo thing we are talking about, you understand the enormity of this problem. I was hearing with the judges now. Of course, I was even talking to them about this issue of restraining order and all of that they grant, as if people drink water. Because I don't understand. It's only in this part of the world that a state agency will be stopped perpetually from carrying out its statutory mandate. I've never seen it happen. Anyway. We got an alarm. A judge. She has been saving money for 4.5 years or 5 years. The daughter got an admission for postgraduate studies in the UK. She needed to pay £4,500. It's advance payment. She told me herself that she has been saving that money for almost 5 years. Suddenly, in one first sweep, under 1 minute, her account was hacked. And that money was taken away. 24 hours before that, the money was supposed to be transferred for the payment of the tuition. In the same state where we have been stopped from carrying out investigation. So she made a frantic call to one of my officers there. So I asked, which state is that? When the officer called me, he said, so state. I said, but did you tell the judgment law that we have a perpetual restraining order from investigating? He said, no. Eventually I spoke with her. He said, no, my brother, we didn't know about this thing, blah, 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 all of that. Even that order is not as if we can. I said, assuming the same bank that, holds the platform where your account was hacked, the same bank got a restraining order against us. Overnight, we had to do what we needed to do. Eventually, we got the money back under 24 hours. Wow. I said, now, my Lord, you are a victim. You now would understand what it means to join this crusade. Secondly, I also want to let you know, in addition to some of this restructuring agenda, the development in certain sectors of the economy, particularly illegal mining. We are going very seriously into the area of illegal mining. Gentlemen, if you see what Nigeria loses every day to illegal mining, you will weep for this country. And these are areas where a lot of people don't even understand how the process is involved. So I'm talking to you. In fact, one of my key officers that I now brought in as my chief of staff is doing so much in that area, in his former zone in Ilorin. As at the last count, how many trucks of mineral resources have we seized?
40, sir.
We have over 40. You know what that means? Of lithium and all kinds of expensive raw natural resources. Over 40 trucks. Nigerians are the one doing it for them. Taking them to the mining sites, doing the excavation, doing the transportation, doing the loading. They must have passed through ports to ship that thing out. So we are seriously going to that. We are going to prosecute them. In fact, we started some prosecutions as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We're going to give you details of how much we are able to recover from that. We have started recovering money. Finally, I also want to give you the correct position as regards, in respect of Yaya Bello's case. As regards his case. We have put out a